As the Royal Rumble approaches, one has to certainly give WWE credit for the fact that it is impossible to predict a winner on the men's side at this point in time. The best kind of stories are the ones where you do not know the conclusion, and that certainly seems to be the case at the Royal Rumble. What we will do, however, is predict 5 potential scenarios that could play out at the Royal Rumble, 5 interesting possibilities that fans may want to see. Be sure to leave a comment and let us know who you think could potentially win the Royal Rumble match. If you are new here, you are welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe. WWE Intercontinental Champion Big E wins the Royal Rumble and challenges Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year. Almost everyone has ruled Big E out as a potential Royal Rumble winner because he's the current WWE Intercontinental Champion. But the amount of time and effort that is being put into Big E to mold him into a top star and break him away from the New Day is a testament to the faith that the company has in him. But could Big E win the Royal Rumble match by eliminating a top heel like Randy Orton, maybe sowing the seeds for a future feud to challenge Roman Reigns? On the way to WrestleMania, Big E could potentially drop the WWE Intercontinental Championship to an ally of Roman Reigns, be it Jey Uso or even Apollo Crews, who seems to have formed a partnership with the champ. The Royal Rumble win could be just the breakout moment that Big E needed to prove that he has the potential to be the biggest star in the company. Maybe like Kofi Mania, we need a Big E Mania moment as well. Seth Rollins makes a massive WWE return at the Royal Rumble, challenging none other than Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins could come back to win the Royal Rumble in a swerve that nobody saw coming, going on to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the prestigious WWE Championship. He has been on a leave of absence because he's recently become a father, and fans have eagerly wanted him to return to the ring for many weeks now. The best part is that even if Goldberg does win the WWE Championship, Seth Rollins, the Royal Rumble winner, could also be the perfect heel opponent for him. Seth Rollins has been kept away from the title picture for a long time, and it may finally be time for him to ascend to the top of the card once again after winning the Royal Rumble. It doesn't make sense to not have Seth Rollins in the Royal Rumble match since he is a top draw and the WWE roster desperately needs a top heel in the overall mix. Edge wins the Royal Rumble and vows to take down Roman Reigns and his reign of terror. Edge will be a part of the Royal Rumble match, and he could certainly win the whole thing, could he not? He has looked better than ever since he came back to the company after being told that he would never wrestle again, even taking on the burden of putting on the greatest wrestling match of all time and coming pretty close to it. It is very possible indeed that Edge could win the Royal Rumble match, eliminating Randy Orton to finish their trilogy. And then he could say that since their story is now finished, he will be going after Roman Reigns in a battle of the spears. Or maybe Randy Orton defeats Drew McIntyre on the road to WrestleMania, and because of this, Edge vs Randy Orton happens at WrestleMania, this time with fans in attendance, cheering on the rated R superstar. Edge winning the Royal Rumble would be a huge deal indeed, and a feel-good moment for fans at home. Bray Wyatt wins the Royal Rumble by firing a fireball. Can you imagine a scenario where the 2 Royal Rumble winners are Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss? Yes, Bray Wyatt has been written off WWE television after being incinerated by Randy Orton, but the RKO to Alexa Bliss may have been the motivation that he needed to come back. Honestly, Bray Wyatt winning the Royal Rumble and facing Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns at WrestleMania may be just what the doctor ordered. Alexa Bliss could also take on Sasha Banks in the most difficult challenge that the Bosses has ever been in, but that's a separate point for a different video. The Fiend character has been hot and cold thus far, and truth be told, it is necessary for him to win the 2021 Royal Rumble to be established as a top contender. Maybe The Fiend vs Randy Orton could take place at WrestleMania this year, provided Orton becomes the WWE Champion on the road to WrestleMania. Maybe The Fiend finally eliminates Orton with a fireball. Cesaro wins the Royal Rumble match and challenges Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. SK Wrestling caught up with Natalya to talk about the Royal Rumble and she predicted that Cesaro could be one of the winners on the men's side. Here is what Natalya had to say about Cesaro. Cesaro is the greatest professional wrestler in the world. There is nobody that can touch him. There is no superstar today. That is Cesaro. So, I can't wait to watch Cesaro shine and hopefully get a chance to main event WrestleMania. Maybe it is Cesaro's time to shine, considering that Paul Heyman has put him over as well. Could he go on to win the Royal Rumble and take on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the WWE Universal Championship? Who would your personal pick as the Royal Rumble winner be? Be sure to sound off in the comments section below and let us know why you believe that the said person could potentially win the whole thing.